Adina, Jason, thank you guys so much for your time today. Really do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah,
no,
thanks.
my pleasure. We'll get started then. I'm curious what attracted each of you to your respective characters, and we'll start with Adina.
I auditioned for it.
There you go.
I'm an actor. I auditioned for it, and I got super excited after the callback, and I don't do a lot of research beforehand because I don't want to get nervous about how huge something could be. Thrilled that they picked me.
There you go. That's a very easy process. I like that. Jason, what about you?
For me, it was a little bit different, only because I was obsessed with the comics. I was like a Paper Girls day one reader. So for me, it was I pursued the role. Once it was clear they were doing the show, I had my agents, frankly, inquire whether they would be interested to talk to me about it, because I was just such a fan and I loved. And it's such an iconic character to me that I was like, if there's any way I can be a part of this, a book, an adaptation of a series that I love that seems to be being done by people lovingly, which I think is important. The idea that like Brian and Cliff had signed off on this and were a part of it was very significant to me.
Okay, that makes total sense. And there's a lot of big stuff that happens in this particular series through and through. Of the many things, and without spoiling it, what are you hoping that audiences enjoy the most about this particular series? And we'll start with Jason on this one.
I'm hopeful that people kind of get in for the ride, because I think that, there's kind of storytelling going on multiple levels in this. And I hope that there are people who are drawn to this show because they're like, I don't know, there's a cool new time travel, like sci-fi show. But I also think there are going to be people who are attracted by the coming of age story for these young paper girls, like the kind of Stand By Me kind of story that's going on for them. And the fact that like both are concurrently working, I hope that like it's a very immersive story and it's really great world building. And so I feel like whether your entry point is YA coming of age story or whether it is, big time travel, epic storytelling on that level, I think everybody's going to then be delighted to discover the opposite. What's great about the opposite, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes total sense. That really does. Adina, what about you?
That, but I also am excited about that there are Asian leads, and it's not stereotypical, it's there's so many, of course, once you've realized that there's so much similarities, but I love the fact that it's Asian leads. That's huge.
Yeah, no, it really is.
And not just that, but like that the four lead characters are four young women, and their journey is like really, that is the show, and that is incredible.
No, definitely. It's definitely revolutionary and great all around. Last question that I have for both of you today. What are you most proud of when it comes to your time on this show? We'll start with Adina.
I'm proud that it's such a treat to be able to play Prioress, and how she gets information is by being a chameleon. And I think I accomplished that. So I'm proud of that.
There you go. I like that. That's good. Jason, what about you?
I guess, it's hard to say what I'm proud of. I couldn't be happier. Again, it's a little bit like what I said. I couldn't be happier that I get to play grandfather. I'm so excited that I get to do this part that I read for years, and that everybody seems to be telling me I did a good job. I'm delighted by, because when you're doing something that you have a stake in or that you have like a fondness for, I spent the whole time being like, God, I hope I don't fuck this up. Please don't let me fuck this up. Please don't let this be like this great character from the comics and I just fucked it all up. So I'm proud of the fact that it seems as though I've done an okay job.
You did. It's all impactful. You guys all did a great job. So that is all the time we have for today. Thank you both so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Looking forward to
Thanks, John.
you.
Have a good afternoon.
You guys too, please.